It is the final chance to impress for a Lions Test match jersey as the British and Irish Lions run out for their final tour match before the Test matches finally get underway. Next episode will be game number 1 versus the Springboks, but first things first, the Stormers, the hometown boys, stand in the way. Hello everyone and welcome back along to your home of rugby and the Nicholls Lions tour, where we are back in action against the Stormers, looking for that final little piece of oiling up of the skills before the Test matches get underway. And this is a very, very good Stormers team as well, so look out for a number of these players to be included in that Springboks 15 next episode. Look at the team starting off for tonight. You can tell straight away from the front row with Stephen Kitschhoff, Bongi and Benami and Frans Maholber at 1, 2 and 3. This is not to be taken lightly from the Stormers. Up against them with the Lions is Marco Vunipola, Jamie George and the Scotsman Xander Fagerson going alongside the two Englishmen in that front row. Moving into the second row, it's David Mulhusen and JD Schickerling up against Johnny Hill and Courtney Laws. The back row is going to be very important, and there's two Detoys. It's Johan Detoy and Peter Steph Detoy at 6 and 7, and it will be Arno Augustus who wears 8 for the Stormers. Up against them on the Lions side, Jack Conan moves to 6, Justin Tipperick wears the open side 7, and Tulupi Falatau will be there starting again in that number 8 jumper. Herschel Yankees gets the nod at 9, and he'll be partnering his house partner Abner Van Reenen in 10, and against them will be Conor Murray and Finn Russell. Moving into the midfield, this is going to be a really interesting one. Dan Dupree and Rikas Pretorius up against Bundy Arki and Chris Harris, who retains his spot in the 13 jumper after an impressive display last episode against South Africa A. He's willing to back that up and push his claim towards that starting Test spot. The wingers, plenty of excitement here. Leyland Zass on the left wing up against Josh Adams for the Lions, and of course on the opposite sides will be Sabilo Sinatla and Elliot Daly. At fullback, it's look out again, Damien Willemse, who he appeared last episode in South Africa A's uniform. He's lining up this time in that 15 jumper up against Nathan Nicholls. Two young guys who are full of excitement. Of course, these two can both break a game open, and they will be key to how their team plays out over the next 80 minutes. Having a look at the bench, the Stormers have plenty of talent up here as well. Dabini, Van Mark, Bloos, Van Ryan, Murat, Masimla, who you may remember from Nathan Nicholls earlier in his career playing alongside Godwin Masimla. And 22 will be Woolharter and Peterson, the last replacement in 23. For the Lions, Calvin Dickey, Sutherland and Sinclair, the front row replacements. Henderson in the second row, Curry, the back row. In the back line, it's Price, Williams and Hogg, who will be wearing those bench replacement jerseys. Ready to go now, Stormers at home, the last test before the real test. Let's get into the action. So it will be the Lions and Finn Russell who will get this game underway, with Russell taking on a little bit more responsibility in tonight's match up against the Stormers as he gets the game underway. High kick from Russell, and it's played down quickly from Dan Dupree for the Stormers, who set it up just inside their own half. Herschel Yankees with a bit of a slip pass away there to Sinatla. Gets him a few more metres forward. Maholber with a nice little inside-outside run before Stephen Kitschhoff drives another 5 or so metres up towards halfway yet again. Inside, and a bit of a chop and change run there from Mulhusen. Sets it up on halfway. Yankees with a little scamper himself, keeping it on the right-hand side of the field very well so far. Augustus, now a bit of space as Dupree cuts him in half. First time they've gone wide so far, Stormers, and it could be their first try as well. Breaking up the middle, finally going down and Schickerling. Herschel Yankees gets there eventually. He picks himself, gets another couple of metres upfield, just short of 22 now. And Benami, another run from the hook, and a high tackle coming in, late and hard. Big play from Johnny Hill, penalty to the Stormers, and that is not what you want to see leading into a Test match against the Springboks. Ill discipline certainly will not be helping Johnny Hill's claws as it's a kick away from Van Reenen. And he finds touch just 5 metres out. Leyland Zass happy with the impact as Bongi and Benami will throw on the 5-metre line. Couldn't get it better if he tried. Middle of the line out, Mulhusen does very well. Willemse takes it to the line and into the outside backs the Pretorius. Here's a big opportunity out wide. Leyland Zass, too easy. And the Stormers strike early, and they strike first. Set-piece play off the line out. Leyland Zass scores, and the Stormers hit the lead. Imbanami hit the line out very, very well. Was it Schickling? Schickling went up in the jumping, the lifting there of Mahusen. That was expertly done. The two lost, combining in the set-piece try. Eventually, Zass was the man who put it down the left-hand side, but this man injected himself into the back line as well, which is always a pleasing thing to see. Your 15 up in the line. And he could make it 7 points to nil early on for the Stormers, and he does exactly that. Sliding it just down the right-hand side, inside the upright by a whisker, but it doesn't matter. It's 7 points to nil. Damien Willemse with the conversion. And a try scored from Leyland Zass on the left-hand wing. Back underway we go. Great save there from Falatau. And the Lions making their first use of the ball, but not stolen from Sinatla. Big turnover play from the winger. Slow ball for Yankees, and he goes through another run. Don't offload to Schickling. And now the big lock is rumbling up towards halfway. And Benami in tow as well. As the Stormers really on top of this game early on. Mahusen waits for it. He picks himself. Couple of metres sideways before going down in a heavy tackle. Yankees again, loves to run, loves to break the line, and here's another break for Willemse. Takes on Nicholls, and Nicholls drags him down. 15 on 15. That is the matchup to behold. Willemse and Nicholls, but it may be the Lions' first man to the breakdown, and they get a turnover as well. Murray has a rare touch for him in this first half. 21 minutes gone. Lords goes himself, finds support in the running of his second-row partner, Johnny Hill. Up from fullback, Nathan Nicholls, Chris Harris as well. Here's Falatau once more, offloading it nicely to Justin Tipuric. Good to see the 15s getting involved in this action, and now another high tackle. This time it's Mahusen, and this time it could be trouble. Referee Stern talking to Mahusen does well just to back away on that occasion. But a penalty to the Lions. And Finn Russell will plant this onto the boot, finding touch quite easily there. Oh, this game is starting to get a big swing in momentum towards the visitors. The Lions have been shut out for a good 25 minutes or so, but now that could create a chance. Jamie George to the back of Lords. And now it's a little hold-up dummy play there from Murray. They go short side for turning it back inside of Harris. That is exquisite play from Chris Harris, finding Marco Vunipula just outside the 22 now. Murray goes to Falatau. Falatau's held up in the tackle as the Lions try and charge forward. And holding up again for Murray, who goes high. Big kick into the 22. And it's dragged down. Willemse does very well under the high ball, just under his own sticks. Kitchell, great offload, and away come the Stormers again. Big pass from Johan de Toy. Can he offload? Plenty of blue jerseys there, but he can't get it away. Quick ball is what they need. Yankees gets there eventually. Yankees runs. Yankees in the tackle, just about breaking the line again. Lions have re-established their defensive line, but it's a slow ball coming back, and I think it's a turnover. Big play for Murray. And the Lions now inside the Stormers' half, looking to get back in this game late in the half. Nicholls up in the line. Nicholls throws a dummy. Nicholls straight through. Willemse takes him on. Oh, high tackle from Willemse. And it's going to be an instant red. You don't get away with that. Man through the defence, one-on-one. Willemse and Nicholls. That is a matchup. And Willemse, the only way he could stop him was to go high. And the Lions, man advantage now as they go. Finn Russell to the corner. Elliot Daly on the left wing tonight, liking his chances of getting involved in another 5-pointer after scoring the match winner last weekend. Here is Jamie George throwing to the back, and Lords just drags it in. Murray out to Russell, and it's Archie. Archie charging at the line, goes just a metre or so short. Another pick and go this time, and close to the line is Conan. He's taken down. Half time is rung. Big chance now. Johnny Hill. Johnny Hill picked up and put over the line. charge for the Stormers defence. And a late charge, a late try, puts them now back with a chance of being on level terms at half-time. Well, they all went for it. There's a run from Murray as well. Conan had a go before that. All the big boys had a stab. But Johnny Hill banged straight into the tackle of Johan de Toy, who could not stop the momentum. And a great finish from Johnny Hill. The Lions, boy, they needed that. They really did. They've been shut out of this game so far. Now in the 42nd minute, could tie it all up into the halftime break, and they do. Yellow card to Damien Willemse. How crucial will that be in allowing the Lions back into this game? As we head towards halftime, it is 7-7. We shall begin the second as we started the first, all tied up between these two teams. And look at the stats here. They tell the full tale 100%. It's been all the Stormers with possession and a good even share of the territory as well. The Lions have had very little to play with, and as a result have had to leave it very late to get into this game. Ill discipline has cost both sides throughout the half, but the Stormers, though, with 4 line breaks to 2, look the more likely to make something happen during that first half. The question is, though, can they continue that form? Back it comes to Van Reenen, who will get the second half underway. Jamie George flies high and could be turning the ball over here to the Stormers. No, great retention there. Murray taken high. Oh, that is a devastating tackle. Who was that charging through? That was a cruncher. Is that Mahuzen again? He's got to be, well, really looking out for his ill discipline. That's 2 high penalties if it was him. Of course, Willemse back on the field as well in the halftime break, if I'm not mistaken. We'll check that one out. No, he's not back. He's still off. So this is a big moment of the game now for the Lions. Jamie George has thrown the line out. 25 out from the Stormers line, and Laws has been the man that is knocked on from Murray. Chances go begging again as the 2 number 9s put in a bit of a tussle there between Murray and, of course, Yankees, as now they look to the left-hand side. It's a run from Van Reenen, who eventually gets this kick away. Advantage is called over by the referee as Nathan Nicholls goes long to chase it in, and he grabs it just inside of 22, and it's a big break as well. Down the right-hand side from Josh Adams, covering across. Herschel Yankees, what a play there from the young number 9. Stopping the Lions break in its tracks, and you'd expect a player like Josh Adams would have done that in his sleep. They still continue to pressure though. They come out wide to Daly. Elliot Daly down the left-hand side. The defence is coming across. They cut him in, and it'll be a try to Falatau. Oh, made to look like a fool there. Sabilo Sinatla running, dedicating all that force to get across. And a step inside from Daly, releasing his big number 8. And the try to put the Lions back in the lead for the first time is not back. It's the first time tonight. Look at that step, the dummy, and then just that inside force of Taulupi Falatau to rumble straight over the line. Well, you gotta love that. You really do have to love it. The Lions really starting to pick up their game now. Shut out that first half, and now they had to really work hard to stay in this match, as here is Nathan Nicholls, puts it to the left. Slightly astray there from the fullback tonight. 12-7 the score. The Stormers certainly not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination, because now they are back to 15. And that could be an important turnaround in this matchup. Of course, no Willemse, 2 tries converted, and one of them with the kick as well. As the Stormers get the game back underway, return back to 15 as Marco Bulipula takes the kick off. The Lions struggle to hold on to the ball. 12-7 is the scores. That's a good little run from Connor Murray, and he plants this well away from Willemse, who's struggling in this game, but it goes far too deep. And Connor Murray, with the error early in the second half, could allow the platform for these Stormers to get back into the game.
Crouch.
They, of course, opt for the scrum.
Set.
Herschel Yankees with the feet. 15 men on the field. Gano Augustus at the back. Sets and waits. As the Stormers players move into motion, and look at this, Van Reenen does very well. Into the midfield it goes.
Advantage.
And Pretorius did very well to set that up, but eventually knocked on by the Stormers. The Lions get a chance to escape now from their own half. Half a play for Bundyaki to shuffle it up to the 10-metre line. Now they look to the left-hand side. And it's Faletau again, breaking them in half. Toby Faletau up to the 10-metre line. Advantage is over. He slips it inside. Chris Harris on the cut. Harris will go straight to the middle and score under the sticks. Just like that. Faletau and Harris. Combination 8-13. Chris Harris has stepped up. 2 chances in the last couple of weeks, and he has made them pay. Nice inside line from Faletau off the run of Jack Conan. Look at this, bang! Oh, he slipped it back the opposite direction. The defence could not cover that. And they were overcommitted to the other side. That has cost them big time. Big try, big try. A 5-point lead. You always think you can snaffle it back. But now they'll be behind by 12 points as Nathan Nicholls adds the extra 2. 19 points to 7 is far more daunting than just the 5-point difference. Here is Van Reenen getting us back underway. Short kickoff again. It's nicely taken from Justin Tipperick. And the Welshman sets it up again for the Lions. His defence is also a shambles here as Bundyaki goes through a gaping hole just to the side of the ruck. There's more holes here as well if they want to take them. No, they go instead to Russell, and that is a very average kick at best from Finn Russell. Finds the space, gets the ball to bounce for us, of course, which is always a positive. But clear plan now for the Lions to play full territory at 19 points to 7. And Minami and his boys have certainly had their chances as they set the middle of the line out again. Van Reenen takes on the line and Frank Pretorius, who takes the tackle right on the 10-metre line, centre field. Chance now to go either way for the Stormers. They go to the left of Mbanabi and he holds it beautifully as well. And Leyland Zass is through for another chance. Nathan Nicholls now goes high. Oh, ill discipline is starting to flood out here as tempers are flaring. And the Lions now get a little bit of their own back on all the vicious tackles from the Stormers. 19-7, what do? You go to the corner. You go for the gauntlet. And a kick from Van Reenen is not the greatest. Pretorius tries to keep the confidence high. And you see Van Reenen, he knows it wasn't his greatest. At 10-12 metres out now, the Stormers have to fire up. They've got to strike. Oh, they've lost it. Laws has been amazing in the line out. And here is Elliot Daly straightening up nicely and almost finding a way through. Fully Puller gets across quickly with the first man to breakdown. They wait for it. Murray's going nowhere there at all, and Johan de Toy has picked him up and driven him a good 5 or so metres back. As the Lions struggle to retain possession, 10 out from their own line. Fully Puller to the left side. Tipperick. Oh, Tipperick. That was very exciting there from the flanker as they come out to the right-hand side now. Big chance for Josh Adams. Looks inside. There he is. Nathan Nicholls. Too fast, too rapid. Support line from the fullback. And that is a very well-timed try. And an exquisite dive as well. Beautiful rugby from the British and Irish Lions. Nathan Nicholls grabs another Lions try. But it was all Josh Adams on the right. Breaking away from a turnaround play from Justin Tipperick. And how do you pass like that, Josh Adams? So difficult when you're heading to your right to pass to your left. Inside, unvisualised, and just nailed from the Welsh winger. And the connection with the English fullback was second to none right there. A clear line for Nathan Nicholls. He is never going to say no to that. And he adds the conversion as well to put insult to injury. It is 26-7. Now this game is all over. A breakout from inside their own 22 from the Lions. And a minute to play now for the Stormers to get anything from this matchup. They trail by 19 points. It has been a battle, but one that the Lions certainly have. Grown into as a knock-on off the kickoff is granted a really big chance here. Pretorius then looks at the left-hand side. Leyland Zass again, the only try scorer for the Stormers. Yankees goes to Johan de Toy. A little bit of room on the short side here for de Toy. And he gets inside the 22 very nicely. Again, they go short side. Kitch off to Zass. Leyland Zass trying to beat the ball. He's taken just a couple of metres short. Finishes. Great rugby from the Stormers now late in the half. Late in the game as well. Sean Pars. Schickerling scores. Great work from Marshall Yankees. He knew where the runners were, and the Lions' defence, well, it was at 6s and 7s. It was all at sea. No idea what they were doing. They were at full time already. Nathan Nicholls had to work hard to save the attempt from Leyland Zass for a second. But watch Herschel Yankees here. He knows where his players are. Schickling on the run. Perfectly timed pass, and no one even got a hand on him. The big man rumbles straight through. Well, that is a little bit of a consolation for the Stormers. They're in this match for a good 15 minutes or so, 45-50 minutes, before getting blown away by the Lions. Damien Willemse has the final say with his conversion attempted goal, 26-14. It was close, it was tied for the most part, but the Lions very clinical at the end, and they come away with a well-earned victory. Their final match before test number 1. South Africa versus the Lions. That is something to look forward to. Who has been your standout over this series so far to start in test match number 1? I've got a few names in mind myself, but this was the final chance to impress for everyone else. 26-14, the scoreline. It was Schickling and Zass that picked up the tries for the Stormers. Willemse 2 out of 2 from the tee for the Lions. So Johnny Hill, Toby Faletau, Chris Harris and Nathan Nicholls all grabbing 1 try apiece. And of course Nicholls with 3 conversions from 4 attempts. This game was tight throughout, but it was blown away in the second half by the Lions, who were just too good at the end of this matchup. The look at the stats at full time. The yellow card really did hurt the Stormers. Losing Willemse for that, well over 10 minutes, cost them 2 tries, and at the end was the difference between the two teams at 12 points. Other than that, though, it was a game that the Stormers will feel aggrieved they didn't get more out of. They led on the possession stats and the territory, but just couldn't finish off their chances. Big players out wide. We hardly saw Sinatla, and that cost them at the full-time whistle. An exciting match overall, though, and the Lions have certainly had themselves tested throughout these tour matches, but now the real rugby starts. Test match number 1, Springboks, Lions. Tune in for that next episode. Coming your way, of course. Finally, do let me know who you think have been the standouts for the Lions over this tour, and in fact, who you think deserves a start for the Springboks as well. I've got a few names, like I said, in mind who I think have stood out throughout this tour so far, and I'll be straight into my starting team for the first test, so let me know yours as well, and I will see you for that opening game of that 3-match series. Until then, thanks for watching as per always, and until test number 1, take care.